is. I mean, you did a phenomenal job introducing a lot of complex terms, concepts in a very easy to understand, readable fashion. But for those people out there that are, kind of, novice, being introduced to this future of ours, let's talk about some of the basic terms. You've mentioned a couple of them that I wanted to kind of explain a little deeper, and that is the difference between the augmented reality versus virtual reality.
Sure. And thank you for saying about the easier to explain. That's, everybody has their superpowers, and that I can do. Like that is sort of mine. Of
That
like,
is a
get
real
me
talent,
the most
a real
advanced.
talent.
Get me the most advanced technology out there, and let me figure out like how to explain it and how to explain who is the customers and where is it going. Like I actually go out and actively try to find it, because to me it's a puzzle that's fun to get other people to explain, but or understand and then use and apply. But so augmented reality for virtual reality. Virtual reality, the way to think about it sort of in general is it's, when you put those headsets on your face, like when you're like, I'm about to look really silly and I'm going to put this thing on my face, because what it does is it sort of gives you like a digital world that you're in, and you're looking
like a new
around
world,
experiencing. And so the thing about it that I like to find the difference of sometimes for people who are like, oh, I've tried it, I did a roller coaster and got sick, and forget it. Like, no. The only way that you sort of know that you're in like good virtual reality is if you really feel like you're there, that there's that sense of presence and understanding. So what that is that there's actually technology that does a lot of tracking on your body and your movements, and that if it is tracked appropriately, if it's at sort of a good, then when you move up and down and around, it will adapt and change. So if you bend your knees, the graphics sort of make it look like you feel like you bent your knees in that particular environment. If you walk forward, it follows you where you're walking forward. It's not sort of the equivalent of like having a TV on your face, or having, you do feel like you move through it. Inside joke for the company, my company name, calling PitchFWD, is like, these are two of the 6 degrees of freedom, pitch and forward. It's a whole other thing that nobody will get except for me and those who are listening. Augmented reality is different. Now, augmented reality is you're actually looking at the world and you're experiencing the world, but there's graphics on top of it. And so sometimes there's graphics on top of it, like on your face with like a Snapchat filter, and you have, hearts coming out of your head or whatever it is. Or it's, when, having, as I said, like the zoom filter in the back, like you are on a beach instead of just in the middle of New York City. Like people think that you're somewhere else. Where when it comes to sort of a business application of it, it could be that you're putting on glasses, which they love to use acronyms, HMDs, a head mounted display, HMD, and you're going around maybe like a shop floor or whatever, and you want to understand what the different machines are or what's going on, that you can do that sort of in real time and see it. People who are designing cars, and there are multiple people that need to work together, they can look at almost what looks like a Tony Stark, like Marvel car design, and you feel like people are there, but you can actually see the real world too. The trick is about the experiencing of the metaverse in the way that I sometimes, in a very, very simple way, try to think of, as if you put both of those together. Like if you choose that, I'm going to go in this virtual world that I can walk around, experience, or I can go in this sort of augmented, real world, and how they're interconnected. That's even in the most simplest of simple ways that might upset some people who work in the industry to hear it simplified to that degree. But really, that's sort of how I would say like a normal person would experience that sort of future metaverse world. And if you think about it, like, people are like, oh, it's the future of the internet, it's whatever it is, that it's that dimensionalization of it, they be able to move through it and interact with it, that makes it different. And why, even if people have said, there's always hype about whatever technology out there, it was like that future interactivity and multidimensional aspect of things is what's coming. It is part of, like, AI is a huge part of it. And so if you hear all the stuff about it, like, AI is going to have to help power those how can you walk around, like, how can millions and billions of people walk around in an augmented reality based world? You need AI to help with that. You need AI to help with interactions with virtual humans, which is a whole other topic I have in a different class.
Yeah.
But all of that, it sort of just changes the way that you interact. And again, through that, to pull it back to augmented reality or virtual reality, lens computer interaction in whatever way you so choose.